So the Love Helix and the Catboy Kami people, they can point out violence that black people have done in groups. I'm not claiming it's not violence. I'm just claiming that's not all black people. That's not black people most of the time. That's not most of them. That's not defined. That's not required. And part of that is because of their oppression over centuries. So some of them hate white people. Some white people hate black people. Neither side has cause to be racist. Now imagine for a second that your family member died because of a black gang attack, like the one that Catboy Kami sent me to. And he sent me to other ones too. I know they exist. Imagine that your family member died and then you got married to a black person. Just imagine that with me. Okay, they got killed by a gang, but you found love and you married somebody. And then that married person goes, I don't know, I can't make a perfect scenario to get my point across, but shouldn't you have the point already? There's no subtle, humanity to Catboy Kami's impersonation of blacks or to your list of crimes. They're bad crimes. But you can't judge people based on their crimes unless it is absolute. It's not your fault if your race has done something. It's not my fault that my race has lynched and has imprisoned. It's not. I didn't do it. I did other things. You want to get mad at me for my personal genocide, rape, and murder? Then you're right, and I'm very sorry for each of those. And I did those while I was high on Jankum. I didn't do those sober like I am now, and I am dedicated to staying sober. But you should not judge other white people based on even my crimes. And the genocide was wretched. I know it was wrong, and I've apologized to the people whose family members have died because of my dictatorial reign over New Mexico in the 1980s. Don't bother looking it up. It's kept really quiet, just like the Roswell UFO alien encounter. We're really quiet about that genocide, but I don't have to be because I was on Jankum. So I wasn't in my right mind. Black people that hurt white people aren't in their right mind. Yes, they need to be confronted, perhaps. But if you just confront everyone, you're being a jerk, man. If you just constantly put out, and that's like your primary... So Catboy Kami also has this one little weaselly kind of Rush Limbaugh skinny guy. He's way skinny and he's like, hope you can run fast because you're supposed to be afraid. And that's all they do. They pump fear and put racism on it as a topping. It's just a fear sundae with racism, whipped cream, and a cherry of bigotry on top. And it's not edible. It's not okay. But it is okay because bad things are all right. Because that's nature. We cannot censor this out of existence. The internet will not allow it, and YouTube will not overcome this barrier that the internet has, unless it prevents people en masse from sharing links. Come on, there'll always be a place that you can link to that will accept violent videos. But on YouTube, you can't promote other websites, and there are community guidelines, which I'm against. So I'm stuck. I think crimes are terrible. I don't doubt that the oppressed African Americans of America have turned towards crime to deal with their deep trauma, sometimes in some situations. But I can't stand the generalization of it and the simplicity of that crime. Here's another crime. No, I don't want to watch it. I understand that happens sometimes. But I'm not going to judge black people based on it. The black people that I live with, they're not going to commit a crime. The most they'll do is curse or be rude. It's nothing. Because most black behaviors are decent, even from terrible black felons that have chosen violence for some portion of their life. Still. And yet, and now it comes down to political philosophy, right versus left. And therefore, Trump versus Biden. Is Biden left? I guess he is compared to Trump. But man, don't you see how much better things could be? Let's say you don't like Bernie Sanders. Still, doesn't it make sense to have health care? We don't have it. And Catboy Kami, and I'm bigoted too, but he's from Britain, right? That's his accent. You can say cringe all you want, but that means he's lucky. He's lived his life with health insurance. We aren't lucky. I've lived years of my life badly needing mental health insurance, and I was unable to get it. And my family offered it if I was willing to navigate their offering of it, and I didn't do it because of saneism. And I was sanist and insane. I was insanist, which is a gross place to be. But I didn't want my family to pay for my health insurance because I was on the cusp of being able to get it from my employer. And then this is a personal story and who cares, but I jaywalk, and then a cop, probably high on black violent videos, tackled me and pulled me out of a revolving door and threw me against the ground. And where is that footage? Well, it sometimes exists, but we miss most of it. And cop violence typically is white violence against white people because we're the majority. If we could get footage of cop violence, it would look bad. Now, maybe black violence will look more sloppy because it's not organized. But these issues are real, and Catboy Kami has not shown any subtlety to suggest he's on the right side of them. He's not an appropriate hero for you to be a fan of. Nevertheless, I'm stuck, and I hate being stuck. He should be allowed. We should be allowed to post violence on YouTube. I've posted abuse that was not violence, but was verbal abuse. And I lost a channel. And I got abused. Like, it's a double whammy. And we need to get rid of those. Wouldn't it be nice if we could make it so that black people have been abused, but they don't have the double whammy of then having to deal with us treating them all like abusers? I've seen correctional officers, I've seen cops. I know that there's racism and that it is powerful and intimidating and dangerous and an enemy of freedom. And so is crime. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with a group of people linking black violence and linking to blackface that is insulting and has no smidgen of respect. I don't like that. I just don't like it, man. I don't know. Like, I have to get over it because nobody's going to sub to somebody that just complains all the time. But it's not cool. It just isn't. Take care. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.